Hello guys and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your very first time here. I know, I'm in a suit again today. I've done it for Citizen Kane, Casablanca, and now, today, Arsenic and Old Lace. It's been on my list for years. I'm so excited to see it, so we're just going to get straight in and watch it. But if you want to watch the full reaction to this, you can see it over on the Patreon page. Also follow me on Letterboxd as well if you like, because I've got a list on there of the films that I have and haven't seen. Join me as well with a nice cup of coffee. I know, I've got the old fashioned mug today, which one side shows that and the other side shows a nice little hat. Let's watch Arsenic and Old Lace from 1944. Warner Brothers Pictures, which I love because over there I've got my clapperboard. Oh, is it a Halloween film? Oh, and it's Frank Capra, who did It's a Wonderful Life. I did not know that. It is! This Halloween tale of Brooklyn where anything can happen, and it usually does. At 3 PM on this particular day, this was happening. Absolute mayhem at a baseball game. Strike! Yeah, absolute bedlam. While at the same time across the river in the United States proper, there was romance in the air. Ah, romance. The Marriage License Bureau.
I could sure use a drink.
It's a Marriage License Bureau and there's someone in the background. Boy, I could sure use a drink.
Boy, I could sure use a drink.
The same suckers get married every day.
Probably is to different people. There he is.
What's he hiding from?
Mortimer Bruce, the dramatic critic?
No, it's not him.
Two by two, they come and go. Hip, hip, hi-yay. Good morning, children. Your name, please?
Morning.
Speak a little louder.
Elaine Harper.
Not that loud.
Mortimer Brewster. How's that?
Mortimer Brewster.
Speak up, Sonny. There's nothing to be afraid of.
God, he doesn't want to give his identity away.
Look at them. I want to keep this undercover. Lover? Why, of course you love her. You're going to marry her, ain't you?
He's deaf as a doornail.
You see, I don't want
That's
this to
dead
get
as
out
a
for a
doornail.
while. I'm Mortimer Brewster. You're who? Mortimer Brewster.
Oh, now everybody knows who he is.
It's him.
Get out.
How could I marry you? Me, the symbol of bachelorhood.
Oh,
And look at you. Look at the way you look.
beautiful.
Or something borrowed and something.
Yeah, I know that, bro. Something borrowed, something blue. All new. I can't go through with it. I won't marry you, and that's that.
Oh.
Aren't you insulted? Aren't you going to cry? Aren't you going to make a scene? It's old-fashioned. It's...
I love you.
Oh.
She knew that he was just having a bit of a... That's it, they're getting married. So what are you looking at? And now back to one of the Brooklyn's most charming residential districts. By a graveyard. From here in, you're on your own.
Now look at that old church. Them old houses.
Wonderful.
Now look at that old house there.
Yeah, the original owner's still living there.
I spy the bridge as well.
The dearest, sweetest, kindest old ladies that ever walked the earth.
Hey, the old girls must be kind of hard up, huh?
Their old man left them fixed for life.
Yeah, I haven't looked too much into this as to what it's about. I just have heard about it being the comedy and something to do with murder and that in there.
No man with this published attitude should take any man's daughter any place. At any time.
I must be catching cold.
Wasn't it you, sir?
We mustn't be angry with Mortimer. So very much in love.
What's your language?
Well, Sergeant, you know I'm not a swearing man.
So these are the aunts of Cary Grant, presumably, or Mortimer.
Oh, come right in.
It's a couple of lovely policemen.
This is Officer O'Hara. He's taking over my beat.
Gentlemen, what news have you brought me?
Colonel, we have nothing to report.
Huh? Oh, no, absolutely nothing to report.
Splendid.
This is Officer O'Hara, the new man on the beat.
How do you do, sir?
O'Hara.
It's nice to meet you.
Why you give me that funny look for?
On the chair up here by the library door. Will you run upstairs and bring down your army and navy from Aunt Martha's room?
The house is just a...
Station, you get tired of playing cards.
He's like, was I seeing things?
How's Mr. Mrs. Brophy?
Oh, she's better, thank you, but a little weak still.
She was a little weak still. Just on Monday to Friday. It was a bad joke, yeah.
It's because I've known the Brewster sisters.
O'Hara's gonna love it.
Look, Sergeant, I promise you I wouldn't swear, but what the heck? What's going on here, anyway?
No, he's quite
He
harmless.
thinks he's Teddy Roosevelt. So what? There's a lot of worse guys he could think he was.
I'll make a note of that. He's a very interesting character.
Isn't it a shame, Father?
How have I only just noticed? The police officer, strangely enough, not the O'Hara one, the other one, is Irish. He's there talking like this. Hello there.
Sir O'Hara, he's taken over my duties.
How do you do, ma'am?
What's this? The Oregon?
Don't sell his boat.
Sarge.
Eh?
Oh, yes.
He's learning. I love this film so far. Bye-bye.
Young man, let that be a lesson to you.
Huh? Even he's going, what did I do?
Charge!
This is my new favourite way of going upstairs. Charge!
We thought if he beat George Washington, it might be a change for him. And do you know what happened?
He didn't like it.
He just stayed under his bed for days.
Yeah, so these two, from what I can make out, are the aunts, I think they said, of the Cary Grant character.
Good news for you. You're going to Panama.
Delighted. That's bully, just bully. I shall prepare at once for the journey.
He reminds me of, Charge! He reminds me a little bit of Oliver Hardy. The mannerisms and everything that he does.
I run right downstairs and see. No, dear. There wasn't time. And I was all alone. Just look in the window seat. Oh, it's a plane! What did she mean? You don't suppose they've gone?
She thinks they've got married or...
I ain't seen anything yet. You're going to drive us to the station.
You better take her hat.
and everything else.
You can keep him. Hold on to that, will you? Yeah. Here's your hat.
Just throw it. I don't like that look in your eye. Sermon about it only last Sunday.
He's gonna come for a kiss.
Oh, but that was only Sunday.
I don't think I've ever seen him so playful and comedic.
Let everyone in Brooklyn over 16 look.
He's got a bit of it normally, but... what are they doing?
You're going to love me for my mind, too.
One thing at a time. Take that look again.
He's got that rabid look in his eye.
Niagara Falls. So that's why you stopped at your office.
Yes.
Yes!
We've got a drawing room on the train, the bridal suite in the hotel. Tomorrow morning we go over the falls in a barrel.
Ooh, sounds good.
Go on, darling. Hurry and pack.
I don't have to. I started packing the day after I met you.
You knew.
That's what I mean. That's what I hate about women.
They're very prepared.
Go on, darling. The train leaves in an hour, and hurry.
He's in love.
Father may want to pray over me a little.
All right, well, whistle when you're ready. When you whistle, open the front door fast. If you see a tall, dark streak of light going, it's me. What, now?
No, not now. Look surprised when he tells us.
Mother!
I'm married.
We're married. Elaine and I are married.
Oh, Marty, isn't it wonderful?
He's like, you knew.
Don't pretend to be so surprised, either, you two old frauds.
It happened right here in this room.
What was the thing about the window seat? She mentioned a priest or someone before that, but the priest went to the other house, so...
Okay.
Oh, Donnie, you won't have time to bake a cake. We're going to Niagara Falls.
But he can't wait.
What is this? Did everybody in Brooklyn know I was going to get married except me? I've got the two nicest aunts in the world.
Yeah.
Of course, you've got the nicest nephew.
His aunts.
By the way, did I leave some notes here for my new book?
Mind over matrimony?
Yeah, shoot.
Great name for a book.
Behave.
Let's find them before Elaine sees them.
Oh, he's ready for his expedition.
Hello, Mortimer. How are you, Mr. President? Bully. Thank you, just bully. What news have you brought me? Just this, Mr. President. The country is squarely behind you. Yes, I know. I'm off to Panama. Goodbye, Mr. President.
Goodbye, Mr. President.
Oh, dear.
What's the matter?
Here's a baby picture of your brother, Jonathan.
Oh, bless him.
Just the thought of Jonathan frightens me. Do you remember how he used to cut worms in two with his teeth?
Oh, he's probably in prison.
Oh, so I thought the other guy was... I thought Teddy was Jonathan.
When the curtain goes up, the first thing you see is a dead body.
Is there a dead body in there? Did they...
Hey, mister.
He's lost how to whistle. He's traumatized. Wait, so they... He's like...
Happy bridegroom! Congratulations!
He isn't feeling it now.
Now listen, darlings. Aunt Abby, Aunt Martha, you know how we've always planned to send Teddy to that sanitarium?
Oh, does he think Teddy did it? Maybe Teddy did do it.
No. Teddy's got to go to Happydale now.
From what they said, it sounds like they maybe did it.
No, when Teddy's working on the canal.
Unless he's trying to keep Teddy safe by saying this.
I'm frightfully sorry, but I've got an awful shock for you.
Yeah.
Teddy's killed a man, darlings.
Yeah, he thinks that Teddy did it.
Nonsense.
But there's a body in the window seat.
Again, maybe he did.
Yes, dear. We know.
They did it.
You know?
Of course. Yes, but it has nothing to do with it. Oh,
the
now
thing-
forget you ever saw the gentleman.
Forget?
You can't forget.
We never dreamed you'd peek.
You did.
Who is he?
Dead as a parrot.
He's Mr. Hoskins.
Well, what's he doing here? What happened to him?
He died.
Yeah.
Of course.
Get into window seats and die?
Died first.
He died first.
He drank some wine with poison in it.
Oh,
Well, how
arsenic.
did the poison get in the wine?
Well, we put it in wine because it's less noticeable. When it's in tea, it has a distinct odor.
You mean you put it in the wine?
Yeah.
I put Mr. Hoskins in the window seat because Reverend Harper was coming.
Oh.
It's a lot to take in.
You mean you knew what you'd done and you didn't want the Reverend Harper to see the body?
Well, not at tea. That wouldn't have been very nice.
It's first degree.
Yep.
I do think that Martha and I have the right to our own little secrets.
Yeah, but that's something a bit different.
But she would like us to take Junior to the movies again.
Well, we must do that.
Just go about your, everyday business. You've just done that, but He works really well in comedy.
Can you hear my voice? You can?
I'm not going crazy.
Then I must be here.
Uh-oh. Yeah, because he's meant to be taking the taxi out of there, and now he's got to deal with all this. What?
So much fun.
I wouldn't want him handing out food and stuff to other people.
I don't want to lick the bowl. I want to know what we're going to do.
Well, we're going to celebrate, dear.
So about what?
Body in the window seat.
Yes, dear, Mr. Hoskins.
Yes, dear, Mr. Hoskins.
We told you to forget about the whole thing.
You can't forget.
My dear Aunt Martha, can't I make you realize that something has to be done?
Now, Mortimer,
Yeah.
you behave. You're too old to be flying off the handle like this.
But Mr. Hodgkins!
Hoskins, dear.
Hoskins, whatever.
You can't leave him in there.
Teddy's down in the cellar now, digging the lock.
What? They're going to bury him in the cellar?
You mean you're going to bury Mr. Hodgkins in the cellar?
Oh, yes, dear. That's what we did with the others.
Others?
Aunt Martha, you can't... Others?
It's the momentary pause and then the...
When you say others, do you mean others? More than one others?
Oh, yes, dear. This is 11, isn't it, Abby?
11?
This makes 12.
12?
This one is only 11.
It occurred to me that he'd make just an even dozen.
I really don't think you should count the first one.
And that makes it 12.
It does.
He's just thinking, maybe I'm dreaming. What's going on?
Makes you 12.
Yeah, of course. It's only 12, 12 bodies.
Hello? Oh.
Whatever is the matter with Mortimer today?
I wonder.
Hello?
The phone's whistling at me.
Not now. For heaven's sake, keep your shirt on. Oh,
I'm
Elaine,
sorry.
I didn't mean...
Oh, hi, operator.
12. 12?
Yeah.
Now tell me, who was the first one?
He was such a lonely old gentleman.
So they're just preying on, lonely old men?
When his heart attack came, and he sat there dead in that chair, looking so
that chair?
peaceful. Remember, Martha?
Get out of the
We
chair.
made up our minds then and there that if we could help other lonely old men to find that same peace, we would.
Oh, you poor...
Of course, you know.
mean he dropped dead right in this chair.
That's what I would have done.
And then you see Teddy came up from digging in Panama.
So Panama is that.
We all took him down to Panama and put him in the lock and gave him a decent Christian burial. There, now you see?
Of course, it's the right thing to do.
Wait a minute. What about the others? All 12 of them just didn't walk in here and drop dead?
Nip. They poisoned them too.
Do you remember those jars of poison that have been on the shelves in Grandfather's laboratory all these years? For a gallon of elderberry wine, I take 1 teaspoonful of arsenic, then add half a teaspoonful of strychnine, and then just a pinch of cyanide.
Oh, cyanide as well as arsenic.
We must get that cake for us.
The cake, I couldn't eat a thing.
A sip of wine will give you an appetite.
Not the wine.
Why?
He's like, no, not the wine, no. Oh God, don't come over, don't come over, don't come over. I think he's completely forgotten about the taxi, going on the holiday, on the honeymoon.
The cat's in on it.
Even the cat's in on this, I just realised.
And I'm up in a yellow fever victim. It's almost the end.
He's slowly losing it.
Murder Incorporated rides again right across the front page. Oh, Teddy. Everybody knows he's crazy.
So they're going to just...
Oh, Judge Coleman.
What is he just going to say? Oh, it was Teddy, and you know how things aren't working. That's a great shot through the banister. Oh, she is not happy.
Hey, you! Thought you were tall, dark streak of light.
What are you doing here?
What am I doing here?
I'm your wife.
How do I look?
Oh, you look fine. You look fine. Now, run on home. I'll call you up tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
You know, I always call you up every day or two.
Yeah, but they gotta go.
Hey, where's your hat? Come on, the bag's in the taxi.
Huh? Hat, bags, taxi, what?
Yeah, come on.
Oh, Elaine, I'm so sorry, but something happened.
Look at your hair.
Oh, my goodness, what color is it? Quick, is it turned? Oh, you smell so nice now. Oh, you better go home.
But, darling, we were married today.
Well, all right, go home, go to bed, get some rest.
But we've got a honeymoon.
Oh, Judge Coleman? Well, I'm afraid it won't wait until tomorrow, Judge.
Don't sit on there.
Yes, you see, it's very, very important. We've got to do something
He's
about Teddy
gonna
immediately.
look over and
Well, it's
think,
practically a matter of
get
life
off.
and... Elaine!
Yeah.
I want to know where I stand.
Oh, anyway, but don't stand there.
You can't marry me 1 minute and throw me out of the house.
Not throwing you out of the house, will you? Get out of here.
It's probably not the best thing to do. Kick your wife out.
About Teddy, you see,
Mortimer!
Luckily, they seem on pretty good terms, but...
I read an ad here about a room for rent.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, God, no. Not another one. Do you want your taxi now?
and I can get Teddy to commit himself and get him into Happydale.
I mean, at least that's one person out of the picture.
Doorbell's ringing, dear.
Don't you do it again.
Oh, how do you do? Come in.
My name's Gibbs.
This would be a nice, comfortable chair.
It's also the chair that everything seems to happen in.
Haven't got a home. Live in a hotel. Don't like it.
Are your family Brooklyn people?
No. Don't have any...
Haven't got any family.
What up?
Yep.
In the world.
Oh, they're going to look at... Yep. Another victim.
A like in arsenic.
Is there always this much noise?
Oh, please.
Yeah, I don't think he's realised yet.
Won't you try a glass of our wine?
Never touch it.
It's elderberry wine.
You're out of luck.
Elderberry?
Oh, no. I like elderberry.
I haven't tasted elderberry wine since I was a boy.
Sanitarium.
This is all calmly happening, and then he's in the background. Oh, my God!
Have your own elderberry bushes?
Cemetery's full of them.
Oh.
They're even taking the elderberries from the cemetery for it.
Hello.
Every time he goes to take a sip, it's just interrupted.
No, I'm not drunk, madam, but you give me an idea.
No, don't drink it. Don't.
Dolly, don't. I'm nervous now.
Don't drink the wine.
Not that.
He's thinking he's crazy.
Poison? Do you want to be murdered? Do you want to be killed? Do you?
Oh, careful.
They're nuts. You're telling me.
It's like I've been sat here for ages now.
You can't do things like that. Now, I don't know how I can explain this to you, but it's not only against the law, it's wrong. People wouldn't understand.
It's like they've just got into a habit of wanting to do it to help people. They're not helping people.
This is developing into a very bad habit.
Yeah, there you go.
Let me talk to Mr. Witherspoon, please.
Oh, how do you do, Mr. Brewster? How are you?
I think they're going to probably try and take him in.
The conversation we had about committing my brother Teddy to Happydale.
How he is, just losing it.
Well, you see, Mr. Brewster, we have several Theodore Roosevelts at the moment, and it would lead to trouble. Oh, trouble. Oh.
Not another one.
We're a bit short of Napoleons at present.
Could he?
Have you had the papers drawn up?
No, but I'm going to attend to that right now.
Another Roosevelt. Oh, dear, dear.
Oh, I thought he was going to go, oh my. What was that from? It was a film that I've seen. And just goes, oh my, every time.
Oh, my.
What do you want us to do?
Don't do anything.
Yeah, don't do any of that.
Don't let anybody in the house until I get back.
Don't do any more.
What?
Please. Your hat. Oh no, is it the other man's hat?
Hoskins' hat.
Oh!
Oh. I mean, you did have a hat.
Just call me a cab.
Yeah, okay. Hey, Pat.
Here you are. Go on, Madam.
Why did you get him a cab? You are a cabbie. Yeah, I love that in a rush. He was like, yeah, sure, I'll get you a cab. Oh my god. It's like a cemetery for hats.
I think I understand why he seems so upset. He's just been married.
That must be it, of course.
Oh, I'll go, dear.
It looks quite ominous. It's very ominous.
I've never seen them before. Do you recognize them?
Yeah.
No, they're strangers to me.
We'll just have to pretend we're not at home.
That isn't going to work. This is why you lock doors. Especially way back in the olden days. No one ever seemed to lock their door. Ooh. He's got a scar. Multiple scars. Oh my god. It's him again! God, he was in Casablanca and in this. Hello there.
Wait to escape from this house. Now I'm glad to escape back into it.
It's the brother.
Yes, Johnny, it's a good hideout.
Yes, Johnny. Don't worry, Johnny.
Look, Johnny, drink.
As if we were expecting.
Yes, drink it. Drink it. I think they're bad people, but...
And Abby, and Martha.
Even though it's the brother, I feel like...
You get out of here.
I'm Jonathan, you know.
Okay.
Your nephew, Jonathan.
They don't seem to recognize him.
You're nothing like Jonathan, so don't pretend you are.
Obviously, it's not
I see
them.
you're still wearing the lovely garnet ring that Grandma Brewster bought in England. And you, Aunt Martha, still the high collar to hide the scar.
They can't both have forgotten what he looks like.
Have you been in an accident?
My face.
Oh, the scars. Has he had his work?
He's a plastic surgeon.
But I've seen that face before. You remember when we took the little Schultz boy to the movies? And I was so frightened. It was that face.
The last 5 years I gave him 3 different faces. That last face, I saw that picture too.
Well, what face has he given him? I don't know the actors. Apologies if he is someone very famous.
They know you, Johnny. Please tell
The
them.
lighting, by the way, in this scene is exceptional.
Jonathan, it's been a long time.
It's good to be home again.
Now drink the wine, boy.
We mustn't let what's on the stove boil over. If you'll excuse us for a moment, Jonathan, unless you're in a hurry to go somewhere.
The guy's looking at the wine like, I wanted the wine. Why didn't you let me have the wine, please? It's my very bad impression of him.
Well, Johnny, where do we go from here?
He's got his own drink anyway.
The police, they got pictures of that face.
Are they keys?
We got to find some place for Mr. Spinazzo.
Waste any worry on that rat.
Dirty rat.
But Johnny, we can't leave a dead body.
Right. When they said about the stiff, I was thinking it was dead.
What happens?
Well, they've come to the right place. Just put it in the basement with the rest.
He said I looked like Boris Karloff.
Oh, is that who it
That's
is?
your work, Doctor.
Boris
You did
Karloff.
that to me.
Now, please, Johnny.
I love Boris Karloff's work, like the music work, but I've never seen him.
Yes, Johnny, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this piece here and lift it up. I'll give you nice little ears this time.
Don't worry, I'll make you look lovely.
Ours not to reason why, ours but to do
Yes, well, sign right here, please, Judge. Excuse me.
with the world in its present chaotic state.
Yes, I know. We'd all be better off in Happydale. I sign here as next of kin, don't I?
Well, when I said...
Yes. Well, goodbye and good luck, Judge. Thank you.
I'm still trying to figure out if he is just trying to get him out of the house because of everything happening, or...
I'll be over this week. Been feeling rather lonely.
Oh, no. Never tell him you've been lonely. Never.
Yeah, Jesus, don't say that.
Are you a drinking man?
I never indulge.
Yeah, never drink the wine.
Of course, a little wine now.
No, for heaven's sakes, no wine, no wine!
I may be committing the wrong Brewster.
I'm sure you both want to get to wherever you're going.
Oh no, we're staying here.
Yes, I'm so full of your delicious dinner, I'm unable to move a muscle.
Yes, it's nice here.
I found it! I found it!
Here he is.
Gentlemen, be seated.
And sit.
President Roosevelt and General Goethals at Culebra Cut.
That's me, General, and that's you.
My, how I've changed.
Well, you see, that picture hasn't been taken yet. We haven't even started work on Culebra Cut. We're still digging locks.
It's a book from the future.
We will both go to Panama.
Not to Panama.
To Panama.
Nonsense. It's just down in the cellar.
Down the cellar.
General Goethals,
Come and see it with me.
I demand that you accompany me on the inspection of the new lock.
But he'll see it and then go, the stiff in the cellar.
I think perhaps you had better go to bed, Teddy.
God, don't say that. Don't aggravate him anymore.
General Goethals, inspect the canal.
We go to Panama.
Bully! It's down south, you know.
It doesn't even fit.
Bon voyage.
It's like, hello?
Talked of our hotel. We have no hotel.
This is not your home, and I'm afraid you can't stay.
Yeah, he is trouble.
Dr. Einstein.
He's gonna force it. Wait, the other guy's called Einstein as well?
I don't have to go into details, do I?
No, of course not.
Johnny, come here, quick.
Oh, God.
Turning grandfather's laboratory into an operating room.
They're all in the same line of work.
The Panama Canal.
Yep.
See the hole he's digging? You'd think he knew, but that's hospitality, huh? Hey, how do we get him in here?
After dark.
After they've gone to bed, we'll bring Mr. Spinalzo in through the window.
Through the window, where the other body is.
You better get to bed.
The car's all right where it is.
I don't want to leave it in the street. That might be against the law.
Mm-hmm. Not the only thing that's against the law.
What are we going to do?
Lock the door and don't let them back in?
What would the neighbors think? People coming in here with one face and going out with another.
And what are we going to do about Mr. Hoskins?
Yeah, or people coming in the house and never coming out again?
And he's been so patient, the poor dear.
General Goethals was very pleased. He said the canal was just the right size.
I bet he did.
There's been another yellow fever victim. We must keep it a secret.
No one can know.
A state secret.
That only the president can know.
You have the word of the President of the United States. Cross my heart and hope to die. How are we going to keep it a secret?
When everything's dark here, you come up and take the poor man down to the canal.
Oh, I feel like this is going to go bad.
In the window seat.
Seems to be spreading. Never had yellow fever there before.
What's he doing in the window seat?
I've never even seen Mr. Hoskins.
That's right, you were out.
Oh, so she did it by herself? My word.
We're bringing the luggage through here.
Okay. He is scary as heck.
You can go right up.
Afraid we don't keep Brooklyn hours.
Loving the old suitcases like my one.
We don't go to bed this early.
Time I came home to take care of you.
No.
Before the instruments come back later.
You're gonna start operating on him.
Wait until you're up and then turn out the light.
They could have turned out the lights early.
I'll be right up.
Now, Aunt Abby, turn out the lights.
But it's far too early. Just as they go upstairs, the charge man comes out from downstairs. Yeah, the lighting in this.
Aunt Abby.
Stay in the room. The other guy's gonna see him, isn't he? Switches on the light as he's doing it. I don't think I've seen a scene so dark in an older film before. That was the cat. I'm loving the addition of the. Is it called the funeral march? The da 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 da. He fell down the stairs. Darn it! The president is okay. Don't worry.
He's all right, Johnny.
This is a great scene.
I'll open the window. You go round and hand him through.
Did they not hear the sound before?
And then together we take him down to Panama.
I'm hoping we get to see some more of Cary Grant because I really liked his character.
Where am I?
Oh, because he left it open, hadn't they?
Hand him over. Wait.
He's gonna get shut in there, isn't he?
Oh, wait a minute, Johnny. Now I got him.
Light comes on, so he just has to quickly shut the lid. Uh-oh.
Hey, Johnny, somebody's at the door.
This is the police. Open up. I mean, they're incessantly knocking, so... Who is it? No, go.
Mortimer.
Go away. It's the wife. No, go away.
Aunt Abby.
No. Ah, great lighting.
Is that you, Teddy?
Who are you?
No, it's...
I came here to see my husband, Mortimer.
Doctor!
Maybe you'd better explain what you're doing here.
We happen to live here.
No, you don't.
I'm in this house every day and I've never seen you before.
Perhaps we'd better introduce ourselves.
The guy who I think is Boris Karloff, because of what he said, kind of reminds me a little bit of Christopher Lloyd. You know in Back to the Future when he does that look across the room at Marty going... as he walks across the room.
You're Jonathan.
Oh, you've heard of me.
Yes, they talk about you.
And what do they say about me?
Well, just that there's another brother named Jonathan.
Not great things, probably.
Now that I know who you are, I'll just be running along if you'll kindly unlock the door.
They're not going to let you leave. They should, but...
That explains everything. Just what do you mean by that?
I just thought I saw Mortimer drive up. I suppose it was you.
You saw someone at the car.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Is that why you came over here?
Oh, no, I came to see Mortimer.
And he thinks that she saw... No, let her go. He thinks she saw the body.
No visitors. It's going to be a private funeral.
Teddy, tell these men who I am.
Well, that's my daughter, Alice.
Oh, no, Teddy.
Don't play rough with the gentleman.
Charge! It's the middle of the night, and he's still doing it. No, don't. You can't take her. No, not the cellar. They're not going to do anything to her, are they?
What's happening down there?
Oh, they're all ready for the service.
We caught a burglar, a sneak thief.
We'll call the police.
I'll handle this. Go back to your room.
They're looking very regal in their afterlife wear. Oh, there he is. That's Cary Grant, I think.
Where's Teddy? Is he upstairs?
Yes, yeah.
Never mind.
Thank God.
What are you doing with your best clothes on?
Mortimer!
Holy... What's that?
What's that?
It's your brother Jonathan, and this is Dr. Einstein.
Look, dear, didn't I tell you not to let anybody in the house?
Stop talking all at once.
I've come back home, Mortimer.
I've come back home, Mortimer. Listen, it talks!
Have you forgotten the things I used to do to you when you were tied to the bedpost? The needles under your fingernails.
Oh, God.
Holy mackerel. It is Jonathan. How could I forget you? Where'd you get that face, Hollywood?
It appears so.
We invited Jonathan and Dr. Einstein to stay.
What?
To stay.
Oh, no, you don't. I'm staying here tonight. In fact, I'm staying here from now on.
Mortimer.
What is it?
What about me?
So there's no room for anybody else in the house. So take that little squirt and beat it. Now, where's Teddy? I've got to see him.
I know he's trying to put his foot down and say, no. You're not staying here.
I sleep on a window seat.
Nothing to it.
I'm not sleeping anyway.
Window seat?
He still thinks the body's in the window seat.
I'm going to sleep on the window seat from now on.
Mortimer.
Here's $10. Go out and haunt yourself a hotel.
Mortimer, you know what I do to people who order me around.
He just tried his foot.
What's going to happen to Mr. Spinazzo?
What's he doing? Why?
Johnny?
The guy stays away for 20 years and picks tonight out of all nights to come back. Oh, hello, Elaine. What are you doing here?
No. Now he notices
I almost got killed.
Killed? And Abby and Martha.
He immediately blames there.
It was Jonathan.
Oh, that...
Oh, it was worse than that. He's some kind of a maniac.
I know, dear, I know.
Mortimer.
And they're like, whose shoe's that? Because it's the other guy.
Now you want to sleep on a window seat.
Windows. Witherspoon. Donna, you better run along home.
What?
Yes.
Such a, mash of events. Brilliantly woven together.
Trying to strangle me.
Please, this is important.
With it being a manic storyline, it's probably not the best story to watch on a day when I've got a head cold and just a blur.
I've got the papers all drawn up. I know it's late, but I want you to come down here and get my brother immediately.
You've had the papers signed by your brother and a doctor, of course.
A doctor? Oh, the other guy. The guy is a doctor, isn't he?
You can take your honeymoon, put him in a barrel, and push him all over Niagara Falls.
No, don't leave him. Realise.
Elaine! What's the matter with her?
You're ignoring her.
Elaine!
Is he going to realise he's on the window seat?
Oh, let me sit down. Let me think about this.
Don't sit there.
Hoskins.
He's not in there anyway.
Ye gods, there's another one!
Oh, the other body's in there now.
And Martha, come in here.
How did it get in there? I thought I told you not to.
Didn't you promise me not to let anyone in the house while I was gone? Who's that in the window seat?
We told you, Mr. Hoskins.
It is not Mr. Hoskins.
Who can that be?
Are you trying to tell me you've never seen that man before?
I certainly am.
Yes.
Well, this is a fine how do you do. It's getting so anybody thinks he can walk in this house.
Now, don't you try to get out of this. That's another one of your gentlemen, and you know it.
That man's an imposter.
It just occurred to me a little while ago, and just then as well. Cary Grant looked at the camera as well. I love it. Bit of the fourth wall.
By the way, where are Where's Mr. Hoskins?
He must have gone to Panama.
Those little details are brilliant.
We haven't had a minute, what with Jonathan in the house.
Jonathan?
He starts to realise.
Always wanted to hold a double funeral.
Also, she said about Mr. Hoskins being in there, but then she just said about, oh, Mr. Hoskins is down. He's getting Mr. Hoskins ready downstairs.
There are 12 men down in the cellar and you admit you poisoned them?
Yes, but not that one.
Think I'd stoop to telling a fib?
Yeah, you can, you know, do that, but you can't.
I've decided that we're staying, and I've also decided that you're leaving, and I mean now.
No.
Listen, Hanson, I'm in no mood to debate the question. Are you getting out or am I throwing you out on your ear?
You just look and see what's in that window seat.
No!
Oh, no.
No, Abby.
Don't let anyone else know. And he's like, wait, how do you know? What? It was you. The perfect get out of jail card. Of course. You can have the seat.
Jonathan, let Aunt Martha see what's in the window seat.
You've been a very naughty boy, haven't you? He's a very naughty boy.
Darling, I owe you an apology. I've got some very good news for you. Jonathan is leaving. He's taking Dr. Einstein and their cold companion with him. So I'm giving you a chance to get away and take the evidence with you. Well, all right, in that case, I'll have to call the police.
I think he's not going to go.
Don't reach for the telephone. Remember what happened to Mr. Spinalzo can happen to you, too.
Spinalzo?
I knew he was a foreigner.
Put down that telephone, Mortimer.
Uh-oh. Oh, it's a policeman. You just see, well, the shape of his hat and I think it was a baton he had in his hand.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, Officer O'Hara.
Ah, it's O'Hara.
Oh, I'm sorry I disturbed you.
Go, come in.
Officer O'Hara, hi.
And this is another nephew, Jonathan.
Say, your face is familiar. Haven't I seen a picture of you somewhere before?
I don't think so.
Say, you're not the Mortimer Brewster, the book writer and the dramatic critic, are you?
Well, yes.
Yes.
I'm a playwright. No. I'm working on a play now.
It's like, come and sit down.
I get wonderful ideas, but I can't spell them.
You can't. Oh, I can spell like the dickens. Come on, let's go into
Keeping him in the house as long as possible.
I'll keep O'Hara busy in the kitchen and give you a chance to get out. Because if you don't leave, introduce him to Mr. Spinalzo. Right with you, O'Hara, right with you.
God, that was a close call.
Now get going, all three of you.
I feel like he's doing what the other guy did earlier.
Myself has got to be settled.
But, Johnny, we've got trouble enough as it is.
We're going to sleep right here in this house.
What?
I mean, I want them to get the comeuppance, but...
Also, and dump him in the bay.
No.
Got a wonderful setup here, and we can make a fortune. 2 old ladies as a front. Only Mortimer stands in our way.
Look, Johnny, please. I know when you make up your mind, you lose your head.
Yeah, you've already lost your head a few times.
Take the instruments and hide them in the cellar.
You don't know what goes on in Brooklyn.
Well, I don't know.
My mother was an actress.
Oh, legitimate?
Was she? So are my aunts.
Hey, Johnny, come quick. You know that hole in the cellar? We got an ace in the hole.
This is when they realise that there's more downstairs.
Look, I thought I told you. Oh. Jonathan!
Yes, Mortimer.
They now know.
I thought I told you to beat it.
We're not going.
You're not going?
No.
All right, you asked for it.
If you tell O'Hara what's in the window seat, I'll tell him what's down in the cellar.
Oh.
There's an elderly gentleman down there who seems to be very dead.
Well, you can't tell me in front of those two fellas. They wouldn't appreciate it.
Oh, lowbrows, huh?
Yeah, let's go someplace where we can be alone.
Yeah, low brows.
Kellys? Yeah. Oh, yeah, fine.
Sounds like a plan.
Why don't you both go down in the cellar?
No, there's a much more literary atmosphere in Kellys, I assure you. Yeah.
Yeah, go. Get out.
Born, see, the doctor comes in and starts...
Oh, the doctor!
Yeah, because he needs a doctor for the papers.
Doctor?
This is when he realises that the other guy is a doctor. Him there.
Oh, you're smug, aren't you? The moment the doctor signs this, I don't care who knows it. And you better feel the same way about Spinalzo. I mean, yes, Spinalzo.
So many names.
I come back, I expect to find you gone. Wait for me.
How on earth he remembered all of that?
I think we could start the services now. We thought we heard you leave.
Perish the thought, dear aunties.
No, Jonathan, you've got to take him with you.
There's a friend of Mortimer's downstairs.
A friend of Mortimer's?
Friend. Oh.
He must mean Mr. Hoskins.
Yeah, this is when he realises, wait, you, not Mortimer.
You know about what's down there?
Years.
And he's no friend of Mortimer's.
He's ours.
The cellar's crowded already.
Crowded with what?
There are 12
More.
graves down there now.
What?
12 graves.
It's a bit overcrowded with, killers.
It's one of our charities.
Why, what we've been doing is a mercy.
They think it's a mercy. They think it's good. But it's not.
You've done all that right here in this house.
Yes.
That's wonderful, Johnny. We have been chased all over the world. They stay right here in Brooklyn, and they do just as good as you do.
What?
Yeah. You got 12, they got 12.
Oh, he's already done 12.
And the first one in London, 2 in Johannesburg, 1 in Sydney, 1 in Melbourne, 2 in San Francisco, 1 in Phoenix, 3 in Chicago, and 1 in South Bend. That makes 13.
He died of pneumonia.
Pneumonia?
You got 12, they got 12. The old ladies is just as good as you are.
He doesn't want them outdoing him. Hopefully that gets him to go, because he doesn't want to live in a place.
Well, that's easily taken care of. All I need is 1 more.
No.
I've a pretty good idea who it is.
I'm a very lucky man.
Oh, is he going to try and get rid of Brewster? Of him?
There goes Hoskins.
That's the service they're doing.
You wait here, huh?
In the cemetery?
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Well,
in the
it's
cemetery.
Halloween.
Oh, don't worry about. Oh, don't worry about Halloween. The pictures won't be out until after midnight. Make yourself comfortable. Pull up a tombstone.
Pull up a tombstone.
$22.50.
Oh yes, looks good on you.
Not the suit, the meter.
Looks good on you.
Looks good on you. Yeah, I had no idea this was a Halloween film.
$5 more and you'll own it.
Oh no, thanks. It wouldn't fit me.
That is going to be one heck of a bill then.
Mr. President, the doctor would like to have a few words with you in private.
He's coming to take you away, haha.
Give me a chance to rest.
Honestly, I think they're going to... Not on a gravestone. I think they're going to end up taking him away as well. Uh-oh.
Not so good.
Yeah.
Do you or do you not love me?
Darling, of course I love you.
Well, then why have you been treating me the way you have?
Yeah, why haven't you gone on honeymoon?
Darling, I love you so much, I can't go through with our marriage.
No.
Have you suddenly gone crazy?
No, I don't think so. It's only a matter of time. You wouldn't want to have children with 3 heads, would you? You wouldn't want to set up housekeeping in a padded cell.
Because he thinks something's wrong with his family.
Insanity runs in my family.
Because his aunts are a bit kooky and...
Practically gallops.
So is Teddy. I love that. Practically gallops.
Oh, darling, all this doesn't prove a thing. Look at your aunts. They're Brewsters, aren't they? They're the sweetest, sanest people I've ever known.
No, they're not.
Well, even they have their peculiarities.
So your family's crazy, so you're crazy. That's the way I want you, that's the way I love you. I'm crazy too.
You're better off being crazy.
Most everyone's mad here.
The way what the aunts have done, it's not quite the right kind of crazy.
Anytime you're in Washington, drop in to see me at the White House.
It's so shattered from it. It's like, okay.
Those papers. Papers. Oh, papers.
She's not going to like that. Interrupting for the...
See, didn't I tell you? Oh,
yep. Oh, not the fingers.
You'll find out whose house this is.
It's a nice little shot of the window seat.
Running around getting papers signed at a time like this.
You can't go for the police.
All fixed up nice. The president will be very proud.
Is he wearing the shoes of the guy they buried? They look exactly the same as that shoe that was on the table.
No police. But for heaven's sake, get out of those clothes. You two look like a double blackout.
We're going to operate tomorrow, Doctor.
Yeah. Oh, look at that shot. Perfection.
I'm sleepy. We'll do it tomorrow.
So he is going to change his face. It's almost like because he's overshadowing him.
The quick twist like in London.
No, Doctor. I think this calls for something special.
Something a little bit different.
Not to Melbourne, Method, please.
A secret proclamation? How unusual. The only way we can outsmart the other fellow. Who's the other fellow? That's the secret.
Ah.
Very clever. If it's a secret proclamation, it has to be signed in secret.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. That was it?
This house now, will you please? Huh?
Oh, he's trying to save him.
We cannot stop all this.
That's nice of him.
When Johnny's in that mood, he's a maniac. And then things happen. Horrible things.
It is really nice that he's helping him, though.
Only for dramatic critics.
He's a bit of a drunk.
Tell me, don't those plays you see all the time teach you anything? At least people in plays act like they got sense.
Oh, you ever see anybody in a play act like they got intelligence?
He's just trying to help him.
There's a play there that's a honey. He knows he's in a house with murderers, so he ought to know he's in danger. He's even been warned to get out of the house.
No.
This fella doesn't even have sense enough to be scared.
Look behind you.
The murderer even invites him to sit down. And what do you think he does? He sits
down. And then he's going to sit down.
So there he is, all waiting to be trussed up and gagged.
Don't give him ideas. Don't give him ideas.
All he has to do is look around, but does he? No.
It's brilliant.
The big chump sits there. This fellow who's supposed to be bright sits there waiting to be tied up and gagged. The big dog.
Yep. It's fantastic. I love this film.
I've been away for 20 years, but never were you out of my mind. I dreamt of you.
Did you really? Uh-oh. Well, even he doesn't want to do it.
More you struggle, Mortimer, more you strangle yourself.
We go to work. Johnny, for me, please, the quick way, please.
Yeah, he's going to put his face onto him, so he's the one that gets captured, and then the other way around.
I cannot see this without a drink.
Not boding well.
But I can't pull myself together without a drink. Johnny, you remember when we came in here?
The wine.
They took it. Where did they put it?
Yes. Go take the wine. Go and have some wine.
I found some wine.
He's like, yes. Oh,
I'm so happy.
Oh, yeah. You're in luck, my boy. Luck.
Doctor.
He knows.
Where are your manners?
No, don't get him to drink some.
Yes, Mortimer. I realize now that it was you who brought me back to Brooklyn. To my dear dead brother.
Prosit.
No. Teddy. Crap.
We'll get to him later.
No, Teddy, we won't get to him at all.
I think he's actually a really nice guy, the doctor guy. O'Hara's back again. You didn't meet me at Kelly's. Uh-oh.
Hey, the colonel will have to quit blowing that horn.
We're taking the bugle away from him.
I better talk to him myself.
You're going to see him there, tied up.
You stood me up. I've been waiting for you for over an hour at Kelly's.
Come on.
Planning a play he saw the other night. And...
Oh, I see.
Yeah, of course.
How do you like that? You can't trust nobody no more. Huh? Oh, yeah, sure. No. You've got to hear the plot.
It's like, no, just take it off me.
Clear sky, the door comes open, and a man with a black mustache comes in.
No. Look around. You can't hurt the police officer.
I'm one of New York's finest. Well, I'm cleaning out a crooked laundries. Little do I know it, but there's a dope fiend with a long knife trailing after me.
There is. Turn around. Yes, you are.
See it in your eyes.
He's like, look over your shoulder.
Not yet. All of a sudden, a fire breaks out. What an effect!
Yep.
The Mayor Fiorella LaGuardia.
Oh, is he passed out?
What's the matter with him?
Probably your play put him to sleep. I like it very much.
It's probably over his head, huh?
Yeah.
Don't let nobody in.
Who's that now?
House in the corner.
More cops? Why? What? How? He's
against
there.
the wall and I
So
says,
why is the other cop
come
there?
in.
Oh no. It's gonna look. Oh no.
Hello, boys.
It's gonna look like he's the one that did it.
Well, look, Sarge, what do you think? This is Mortimer Brewster.
It looks like he's kidnapped him.
Why didn't you ring in? You've got the whole force out looking for you.
What's he doing there?
The colonel blew that bugle again.
I heard him.
We've got to put him away someplace. Now, who the heck is this?
That's Mr. Brewster's brother. My play put him to sleep.
See, he looks like Boris Karloff.
Tell the lieutenant he can call off the big manhunt. We found him.
Oh, and he thinks.
All right. We'll hold him right here.
Yep.
So I've been turned in, eh? All right. You got me. Suppose you and my stool pigeon brother will split the reward.
Reward?
Yes, reward. Now I'll do some turning in.
Oh, yeah.
You think my aunts are sweet, charming old ladies, don't you?
Oh, no, he's going to tell him.
Well, there's 13 bodies buried in the cellar.
No.
Yes, 13.
On down the cellar with him, O'Hara.
Yes, come to the cellar.
No.
Tell you the rest of my play later.
It's not the play, no.
He looks like Boris Karloff. No! Sarge!
There you go. All hell is breaking loose. I love it.
Look out, Pat!
Yeah, good. Doctor, you hide away.
Look out, guys!
That door's going to open in it.
That's enough. Everybody off.
Yeah, he is just had enough. Everything's happening in the background. He's like, meh.
No, don't.
Cary Grant is an incredible actor.
I'll see you later.
You've just been shared.
I got the paper signed. Go ahead, fight. Telephone.
I'll get every one of you. I hate.
Oh, thank you.
A little higher, please, buddy. Thank you very much. Get him, Pat. Oh, that won't have any effect. Oh, it did.
Yes. Isn't that amazing? Who's that now? Is that the girl? Who's that? The sergeant or someone or... Yeah.
What has occurred?
What has occurred?
We were just acting in self-defense.
This isn't the one that blows the bugle. This is his brother. He tried to kill O'Hara.
All I said was that he looked like Boris Karloff.
Boris, turn him over.
Oh, wait, he does look like him. It is him.
Kind of think he's wanted somewhere.
Oh, you kind of think he's wanted somewhere. Certainly he's wanted somewhere. In Indiana. He escaped from the prison for criminal insane. He's a lifer. That's my brother. That's the way they described him. He looked like Karloff.
Ah.
Try to get us to go down the cellar. He says there's 13 bodies buried down there.
And that don't tip you off the guy comes out of a nut house.
Oh, I was right here, right in the play.
You're suspended.
Oh no. Don't suspend him.
13 bodies buried down in the cellar.
But there are.
There are 13 bodies in the cellar.
Oh no. No, don't.
Who are you?
Don't.
I'm President Roosevelt.
And he's one too.
He's the guy that blows the bugle.
Well, Colonel, you've blown your last bugle.
Thank God they thought that it was...
Me, another yellow fever victim. All the bodies in the cellar are yellow fever victims.
No, no.
This is a spy. We caught him at the White House.
I'm really hoping, even though they were...
That as president, I am also head of the Secret Service.
So I'm really hoping that even though the aunts were bad and they did what they did, I'm hoping that they are going to be okay.
Read this. Teddy's going to go to Happy Dale tonight.
He's scaring the neighbors. What with that bugle and all? That cockeyed story about 13 bodies being
It's just looking
I've been without sleep for 48 hours. I'm liable to think anything.
Yeah.
These papers ain't no good.
Why not?
He signed to Theodore Roosevelt.
Oh no. Love it.
Mr. Witherspoon of the Happy Dale Sanitarium, I have come here to collect a Brewster.
There's Witherspoon. Or Witherspoon.
I knew this would end up in a nut house.
It's called a sanitarium.
We like to think of it as a rest home.
Thought he was going to say something like that. It's a busy old house.
Mr. Witherspoon is here.
Find the name Theodore Roosevelt on it.
They're going to take him away for it, I think.
The name Brewster is code for Roosevelt.
Code for Roosevelt?
Yes, don't you see? Take the name Brewster. Take away the B, and what have you got?
Rooster.
Uh-huh. And what does a rooster do?
Crows.
It crows. And where do you hunt in Africa?
On the belt.
There you are, Crowsveld.
Ingenious.
It was very well done.
Oh, now all I gotta get is Witherspoon.
And there he is.
We'll personally see that Ted is happy at Happy Dale, won't you?
I hope so.
I've never been to Happy Dale, and
Well, you never can tell. Oh, this is a bit... Yes, I have here a little something that I think will...
Oh God, a play.
pamphlet about Happy Dale.
Oh, no, it's a play.
Oh no, not another play. It's gonna go absolutely nuts. Just take me instead.
This is Mr. Witherspoon.
Oh, yes. He'll be very happy at Happy Dale.
He thinks it's him. He thinks it's him.
No, Mr. Witherspoon, you got it wrong. This is Captain Rooney.
Yeah, not the one you're taking.
Here are the papers, all signed. Now you can take them away, Super.
Mr. President, I have good news for you. Your term of office is over.
Thank you.
Now I go on my hunting trip to Africa. I must get started immediately. Is he trying to move into the White House before I've moved out?
Who, Mr. President?
Taft.
Taft? Oh, was Taft one of the presidents or something? Charge!
Oh, dear. And Happy Dale is full of staircases.
It was far better when we knew that it wasn't doing that.
No, he can't go now. We won't permit it. We won't be separated from Teddy.
Just do not mention the bodies.
How can you allow this?
The law's the law. Teddy's committed himself and he's got to go.
If he's going, we're going too.
Yes. You'll have to take us with him.
Why not?
Why? No.
We never take sane people at Happy Dale.
These two little sane people mixed up with all the others would get lost in the shuffle, wouldn't they? You could arrange that.
Oh, no.
Put them in
Of course.
Let's be sensible, ladies.
Oh God, she's gonna come through and he's gonna say no.
Well, able to be put to the trouble of having to dig up your cellar.
No. Don't say
Teddy's
anything.
been
Don't say
coming
anything.
around.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
Buried in the cellar.
Well, there are 13
There
bodies in
are.
our cellar.
No. No. Uh-oh.
What?
Yes, you just ask our nephew Mortimer.
No, don't ask him. No. Take me instead, please.
You know very well there are 13 bodies down in our cellar.
Certainly there's 13 bodies down in the cellar, and there are hundreds more up in the attic, Captain.
What is this?
You mustn't mind, Mortimer.
How about it, Lieutenant?
I'll be right.
He's been a little strange all day.
To be fair, he just went, do you know what? They did stuff.
We get them all together,
and we'll send them to Happydale.
Is he trying to get them to take him instead? Or to get the minds off of it?
We put flowers on them every Sunday.
Sure, I put neon lights on mine.
Humor them. Yeah, smile, you know.
Oh, human. Yeah, okay. Of course, yeah.
The other 12 are ours.
Your gentleman. Oh, you'd like mine better. None of mine are gentlemen.
You wouldn't mind him at all.
There is a happy far, far away. There is a happy...
He's now eyeing him up thinking,
yeah,
he needs to go in as well, I think.
Don't you think you can find room for the ladies?
Just the ladies?
Just the ladies.
They'd have to be committed.
Couldn't they commit themselves?
Well, if we can go with Teddy, we'll sign the papers.
If they're going of their own accord.
I'm going out and talk to that spy. Maybe I can understand him. 13 bodies in the cellar.
Ladies, if you will sign right here.
No. Oh, no. She's going to go down there and find him, isn't she? All you'll hear is screams.
It's on the right-hand side, right there.
Yeah, he's been out of the loop for a while.
The neighborhood here has changed, so.
Just sneak out the door.
Oh, dear, I'm so sorry. We've overlooked something.
What?
It's compulsory that we have the signature of a physician.
Oh, a doctor. Oh.
And there's a doctor there.
Good night.
Come here, Dr. Einstein. Just sign right here, please, doctor.
Oh, no, he's not wanted as well, is he?
Oh, aren't you going to wait for Jonathan?
Oh, I'm hoping not. He seems like a nice guy, and I'm hoping that...
His accomplice description is
the
right
other
on the
guy.
circular. It's on the desk in front of you. Read it to me, will you?
I'm hoping the other guy did...
About 40, 5'3", 140 pounds, pop eyes.
Oh, no.
Talks with a German accent, poses as a doctor.
Oh, no.
Thanks, Doc. You've done Brooklyn a great service.
Oh, thank God.
Dr. Einstein!
Oh, thank God. I felt sorry for him because he was sort of under the thumb of the other guy. I don't think he did anything. I think...
Oh, now, don't play games.
You sign. You sign as next of kin.
Oh, why did you say something about it? I'm all confused. Don't mind me.
Yeah, don't take him as well.
Spoon.
Oh, yeah.
Love that. With a spoon. No spoon.
And bring along my bugle.
Of course. Please do the...
Don't charge.
It's the...
Mortimer, we're really very worried about something.
What about the bodies?
Oh, now, darling, don't be worried.
You're both going to be very happy in Happydale.
We don't want anything to go wrong.
With what?
Will they investigate those signatures?
No, why? Why?
Oh, but it's
Don't give
not
it a
his
thought.
signature, dear. It's yours.
You signed
What?
as next of kin.
Yeah.
You're not really a Brewster.
Huh? What?
Your mother came to us as a cook, and you were born about 3 months afterwards. And she was such a sweet woman and such a good cook. We didn't want to lose her, so brother married her. Your real father was a cook, too.
All these years he's been thinking he's Brewster.
Oh, yeah.
But it also means that... Does that mean his marriage is null and void? Because he's now Brewster, isn't he? Well, I suppose his legal name is still Brewster.
Elaine, where are you? Can you hear me?
Oh, so he's now thinking, I'm not nut.
I'm not really a Brewster. I'm a son of a sea cook.
Oh, no. Yeah, she's downstairs.
Mortimer, it's true! Mortimer, it's true! It's true!
No.
There are 13 bodies down there!
No.
What's all the screaming about? Way past her bedtime. Whoa.
Bye-bye. What a household.
What is all this?
I've had enough. Bye-bye.
You'll own 2 cabs. I mean the meter.
Oh, Mortimer.
Wow, he's... Okay, yeah, bye-bye.
Oh, Mortimer.
Oh, we're going to Niagara Falls. Call me a cab, dear.
Yes, love. But Mr. Brewster.
No, I'm not a Brewster. I'm a son of a sea cook.
Oh my God.
I'm not a cab driver. I'm a coffee pot.
I love that. I'm not a cab driver. I'm a coffee pot. A Warner Brothers' first national picture. Well, that's another cinematic great in our pockets. My God, was that incredible. A wild ride of emotion, of hilarious antics, of really big twists, and characters that I never knew were going to be in there, like the Dr. Einstein guy, absolutely incredible. I loved Cary Grant in that. Probably one of my favourite films. It's so much more balmy than I expected it to be. The Teddy guy running up the stairs, charge! Brilliant. Everyone mimicking him throughout the film. And the Williams guy, or Willa something or other guy, went to go and walk up the stairs, and Cary Grant goes, "Don't charge now," or something. And the guy just looks at him like, huh? And then walks up the stairs. Funny. So good. If you've got some that you'd really like me to watch, and if I haven't seen them, because I'm really trying not to watch things that I have seen, because I feel like it's more entertaining for you guys to see something that I haven't seen as well, and it's nice for me to be able to watch something completely new. But yes, as we always do here on the channel with the films as well, mainly, I'm going to be checking out some of the trivia now to find out a little bit more information and just to get a better grasp on the film and of time and all of the good stuff far and in between. Also, what did you think to this film? Did you love it? Do you still love it now? Did you love it this time watching it? And when was the first time you watched it? Have you got any memories of it, of like watching it with family or friends? Their reactions to it. Okay, trivia. Cary Grant's birth name, Archie Leach, appears on a tombstone in the cemetery. That's Cary Grant's birth name, not his character, not Brewster. It appears in the cemetery near the Brewster's house. In Grant's earlier picture, His Girl Friday from 1940, which I have yet to see. If you would like me to watch it, I'll check it out on the channel. His character Walter responded to a threat by saying, "Listen, the last man that said that to me was Archie Leach, just a week before he cut his throat."
Listen, the last man who said that to me was Archie Leach, just a week before he cut his throat.
As a gag, the departed Mr. Leach was apparently interred in the Brooklyn Cemetery by the Brewster's home. Really? Apparently, Cary Grant considered his acting in this film to be horribly over the top and often called it his least favourite of all of his movies. I loved his acting in this. I thought it was hilarious. It was genius. He got the little quips and the little looks to the camera and the little, the little mad moments that were just impeccably amazing. I suppose it wasn't a serious role for him. It was just a comedic act. But I really liked that because this has now become one of my favourites. Oh, I didn't know. So apparently the guy who plays Jonathan Brewster isn't Boris Karloff. I thought it was like an in-joke, like an in-film joke of him looking like Boris Karloff, and he actually was. Obviously, I don't know what Boris Karloff looks like, or I didn't until I've just seen a picture of him. And I've just seen a picture who plays, Jonathan Brewster, who is Raymond Massey. But on stage, Boris Karloff played the monstrous Jonathan Brewster, Raymond Massey's film character, who, eerie in makeup, resembled Karloff, so hence was then just a running gag throughout the film. That's pretty genius and completely makes sense why that aspect was in the film. I thought it was because, obviously having not seen him, I thought it was because he was actually played by Boris Karloff. Apparently Karloff eagerly wanted to do the film, but he was kept under contract by the Broadway play producers and wasn't allowed to do the picture. To his immense displeasure, almost 2 decades later, he did get a chance in the TV version of Arsenic and Old Lace to play him. And I'm glad he got a chance to actually play him, which would then be even more hilarious, the actors opposite him saying, "Kind of look a bit like Boris Karloff." I was looking up about the play of Arsenic and Old Lace to see who else potentially had been brought across from the play, because I'll read another trivia piece in a minute that made me think that maybe a couple of others had. Apparently, Josephine Hull played Abby Brewster and Gina Dare played Martha Brewster in both the play and the film. So the two aunts were in the play and the film, same people. Yep, John Alexander played Teddy Brewster in the film and the play as well. Yeah, it seemed that other people played Dr. Einstein, Jonathan, and Mortimer. Because Dr. Einstein in the film was played by the wonderful Peter Law, who is the guy that I was saying about. I can never remember his name, but that's the guy I was saying about, the one who goes, "Hello there, how you doing?" And then you had Raymond Massey in the film playing Jonathan Brewster, and obviously in the play he was played by Boris Karloff, and Dr. Einstein in the play was Edgar Stelly, and Mortimer Brewster, who was played by Cary Grant in the film, was played by the wonderful Alan Jocelyn in the play. Obviously, I've not seen how Alan Jocelyn plays the character, but Cary Grant does an impeccable job at the quirky, over-the-top kind of nature of his acting. But yeah, the bit of trivia about Boris Karloff in comparison to, the play, etc., was, according to Dear Boris biographer Cynthia Lindsay, Josephine Hull, and Gina Dare, went to their graves believing that Boris Karloff had been so saintly as to agree to let them go to Hollywood to make this film, while he stayed on Broadway doing the play. However, this could be nothing further from the truth. Karloff was immensely angry and disappointed that he was the only play cast member not allowed out of his contract to do the film. I mean, I wonder why they changed Mortimer's character as well, why they got Cary Grant to do the film instead of Alan. Maybe because of a bigger name to bring more people to see it. I think either way it would have done very well. Cary Grant is brilliant in the role. Amy Archer Gilligan, America's most prolific female serial killer, has been cited as the inspiration for the story. She was charged with the poisoning deaths of 2 husbands and was allegedly responsible for the deaths of 66 other elderly inmates of her nursing home. And how she did things, her weapon of choice was arsenic, so that makes perfect sense. Some 20 years before the movie, actress Gina Dare had helped nurse a very ill vaudeville performer named Archie Leach back to health. When she was asked to reprise her Broadway Arsenic and Old Lace role as Aunt Martha for this film, Adair and Leach, now known as Cary Grant, were old friends. Wow, imagine life just kind of one big full circle back around to someone you helped years before was now going to star in a film with you for a play that you've already been doing. And he's a well-known actor. Oh, okay. The couple at the beginning, and throughout parts of it, they were getting quite sort of touchy-feely and, I suppose, gropey, and, you could tell that what they were going for. But apparently, they had to tone down the frustration they had because the Production Code Administration asked filmmakers to tone it down. Wow. At the time of production, Warner Brothers announced that the Brewster House was the largest set ever built at the studio. The house was complete, room by room, in every detail. Production records confirmed that several scenes were shot in various rooms of the Brewster house. Mortimer's grandfather's study, the aunt's bedroom, and the cellar were filmed, but not included in the final cut of the film. After looking into it a little bit, I have actually found some evidence of deleted scenes from the film itself. There is a picture of the Doctor and Jonathan chatting, which is wonderful that we've got that now to look back on and say, do you know what? There is some evidence there. I just wish there was more to, show us what happened, and just a little snippet. I just kind of wish that scene had been included in the film, especially the one with the chair and the cobwebs and that, because that looked like a really detail-orientated scene. Also, there is some evidence of it from the shooting script, but it appears the shooting script isn't available for me to look at, otherwise I would show you a snippet of it. Apparently, Frank Capra, in his autobiography, The Name Above the Title, said that he let the scene stealers run wild. For the actors, it was a mugger's ball. And he also then said that there was no reason to stick to script. So word for word with actors, they were so much better than the script was. He then often kept the cameras rolling just to see what would happen. And there's also one scene especially where Peter was telling Raymond Massey what a beautiful face he was going to give him if he could find a place to do it. And that's what they were going to do upstairs. I just let them go, is what he says. Peter telling him how beautiful he was going to make him look, how different he was going to make him look, a face that nobody would recognise, and I think that's the close-ups that you get with them two talking to each other, which is a beautiful, beautiful scene. Because he then says, I'll do it by cutting here and there. That one scene went about 3 or 4 minutes beyond the scene was meant to be, and it's all in the picture. It's all in there. I know they did include a fair amount of it, but I didn't feel like it was 3 or 4 minutes. Frank Capra noted that while he was stationed in London in January 1943, he overheard American and British soldiers screaming "Charge!" in the manner of the Teddy Roosevelt character and deduced that they had seen the film. He then learned that Jack L. Warner had released the picture to the armed forces that month, a year after it was completed, and almost 2 years before it was released to the general public. I mean, that's a wonderful thing that they were imitating it, but were they allowed to, release it early to the armed forces? 2 years before? Wow. You know, on the subject of earlier when we mentioned some of the actors from the play became part of the film itself. Well, apparently Frank Capra was forced to pay $25,000 a piece to the Broadway play's producers for their loaning of Jean Adair and Josephine Hull for the film. $25,000! 25k! But it was well worth it in the end, because that was a great picture. Apparently, reviewers thought that Cary Grant and Jack Carson went a bit over the top, a bit OTT with the acting style, that in comparison to the stage performers that were there. I mean, yes they did, but I think it kind of worked. I don't think Jack Carson did any kind of overacting in it though, who played O'Hara. I don't think he really overacted. I mean, Cary Grant did, but he was portraying that kind of a man anyway. I feel like it worked. I feel like if he played it more straight, it wouldn't have been as funny and it wouldn't have been as popular probably. I did wonder how they did the city in the background. I thought maybe it's just a picture of the city. You can see the Brooklyn Bridge and that. And apparently the city backdrop was achieved with two-dimensional models of the Manhattan skyline and, in front of that, a foreshortened 3/4 angle miniature of the Brooklyn Bridge. There you go. The tall buildings were covered with a scrim to make them appear farther off, and a glow was projected around the distant city. In front of the bridge were Brooklyn buildings with a glow of lights in the windows, and still closer, the cemetery next to the Brewster's home. From the front tombstone to the Manhattan skyline, the 3D perspective effect was done in 40 feet of studio space. I love the look of forced perspective in films. It looks amazing, because you never notice it. Same with when we watched Casablanca. The cardboard cutout of the plane in the background and that forced perspective to make it look further away, just superb. Apparently, in none of the close-ups does Raymond Massey ever blink. Not something I noticed, but apparently so. In regards to Cary Grant's acting and me saying I loved his acting style, I thought it really fit with the film. Some might find he overacted it a bit too much. I don't think he did, but apparently one of the writers, Julius, did. He later said that Frank Capra intended to go back and rein in the broadest scenes of Cary Grant, but near the end of the principal photography, the Japanese attacked the US at Pearl Harbor, and Capra was eager to move on to his military assignment, so retakes were never done. See, this is the thing. I don't think things like that need to be redone. Just let them wreak havoc. Just let them do it, because it's made the film what it has today. Okay, one more piece of trivia. There is a billion bits of information, so please go and check out the trivia for yourself. One last one for you. You know what I said about the whole Taft thing? I said maybe that was one of the presidents. I didn't know. So William Howard Taft was the president who succeeded Roosevelt. There's several allusions to presidents in there, because you've also got Jonathan's line when he says he wouldn't have died of pneumonia if I hadn't shot him. Seems to be an allusion to James A. Garfield's death from pneumonia after being shot by Charles J. Guiteau, I want to say, in 1881. Also, apparently, the film was shot between October the 20th and December the 16th. 1941. So yeah, it started to be filmed just before Halloween and ended up finishing being filmed just before Christmas. Well guys, thank you so much for joining me with that. I hope you really enjoyed it like I did. So thank you for sticking with me, and feel free to go and check out the full reaction to this over on the Patreon page. Have an amazing week. And also, because the film is based around Halloween, if you are watching this around that time, then happy Halloween! Again, thank you so much for watching, and if you do like this kind of content, then feel free to like the video and subscribe if you do like this kind of thing, because it's nice to know what you do and don't like. Do you prefer the older films, the newer films, the sort of the mid-60s kind of, sci-fi films, or whatever it may be that I watch. It's just nice to know what you guys like and don't like. All of that stuff helps me to build the channel, so thank you so much for sticking with me. And also, I hope you really enjoyed me wearing the suit again today. I know, I tend to wear the outfits to kind of match with what I'm watching, and as you can tell, I've got a fair few suits. Anyway guys, as always, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye! If you're still here to the end, you are amazing. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. I'd love to say a huge thank you to my patrons as well. Roger C. Griffith, Douglas Collier, Terry V, Michael, Chris Holmes, Jojo, Thomas Masters, Shoehorn1234, Res, Patrick Durr, Andrew Blount, Carlos, Marla Mize, Rob, Chandra Blair, Scott, Paul Zawicki, Randy, Kirsten, and Juan Pablo Camero. If you'd like to see more content, there's some more on the screen right now. Have a wonderful day guys, and see you next time.